helping Rockford community members cook up a career.
23 News reporter Jake Pearson attends a night in history where a $250,000 check was presented to the Awaken Foundation to support its apprenticeship program.
The Awaken Foundation's goal is to uplift the Rockford community, providing those affected by poverty, violence, and unemployment with apprenticeship opportunities in a trade of their choosing.
With the tools necessary to address generational poverty, violence, and employment is making a huge difference in Rockford.
In Illinois, 10.5% of families live below the federal poverty line, holding back some youth from pursuing their dreams. In Rockford, that dream could now be a reality.
We are providing Awaken Foundation a donation of $250,000 towards her culinary arts program.
Teaming up with the Northwest Community Center for its A Night in History event, Molina Healthcare's grant for the Awaken Foundation's culinary arts program will support apprenticeship opportunities benefiting vulnerable populations of Rockford.
And I'm excited that, we're able to do something like this. Again, this is the first time since I've been here, and I've been here going on 15 years, and not to my knowledge, we haven't had a celebration to this magnitude.
A Night in History meant more than just a presentation of money, but also a celebration of Black history. Molina Healthcare's Erica Hanna says it's an opportunity for young people of color to dream and picture themselves achieving success.
We've had many meetings about how this will be an important program to bring to the community to pay homage to African Americans that have contributed to society. We get a chance to hear from the children as far as what Black History Month means to them.
The event also featured performances from Fab Dance and Fitness Academy, poetry readings, and a performance of Lift Every Voice and Sing, also known as the Black National Anthem.
Thank you, Jake. The Awaken Foundation doesn't only offer apprenticeships in culinary arts, but also construction, hospitality, and landscaping.